Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video and happy Halloween. I am super excited for this project. For today, I'm going to be showing you how to make some decorations for some treat boxes, and we're going to put one of the treat boxes together at the very end. So I'm just going to be packaging up some stuff to give to some of my coworkers today, just with some candy and stuff in it, and I just wanted to spruce it up a little bit and embellish it just a little bit. So this is going to be kind of our focal piece, and it's just the little cup here, and I'm going to be using the Merry Cafe set. I have been dying to use this, and I wanted to wait and use it for Halloween. I am definitely going to be using it for fall because I love this. Hello fall, it's pumpkin spice latte season. I love that. So I'm going to be using this again soon, but I really wanted to do this little witch's brew, which I absolutely love. So to get started making our little embellishment, we're obviously going to be using the Merry Cafe stamp set. We're also going to be using our Versamark ink as well as basic black. Now, if you don't have Versamark or our white emboss powder, you can also use our craft ink. Oh, I have dogs whining because my husband's outside. I'm going to be using our white embossing powder to go on the black piece of cardstock for our little sentiment. But if you didn't have the Versamark or white embossing powder, you could use a different color embossing powder. You could use a different sticky ink, or you could use our craft ink, and that would give you the same effect. The only thing with craft is that I don't think that it gives as bright of a stamp. Sometimes on black it fades a little bit, so that's why I went ahead and used the white embossing powder, but you use what you have. And then we're going to be using two sets of framelits. We're going to be using the coffee cup framelits, which will coordinate with the stamp set, as well as our stitch shapes framelits, because you guys know I don't think I can do a project without using our stitch shapes. That's just how I roll. So, you know, there it is. Then for paper, it looks like a lot of paper here, but I promise it's not that much. So this is a piece here that's cut at 12 inches by 2 inches, and this is from the Autumn Harvest, or the Painted Harvest Suite, and I don't remember the exact name of the paper, but as usual, the link, the first link in the description box below, which is the coordinating blog post, will have all of the information. But I just really liked this black kind of stripey. It was not as bold as the Halloween papers are, but I still think it coordinates really well. So we're going to be using that. And then I just have a bunch of, not full scraps, but I have a bunch of scraps of our Halloween paper in the holiday catalog. So I'm going to be using an array of these because I'm going to make a couple of them. I think for the one that we're going to make together and what I did in my sample, I used this one that has the little potion bottles on it. I just think it's adorable. And it kind of goes with the witch's brew thing. Oh, and now my dog is knocking over boxes. What are you doing, silly goose? Anyway, so we're going to be using that paper. And then I also just have a scrap of pumpkin pie, very vanilla, and basic black. So that's all we're going to need, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to get all of our stamping done and out of the way. So first thing that I want to go ahead and stamp, we'll use our basic black. And on our basic black, with our basic black, we're going to stamp the cup image on our designer series paper, and then we're going to stamp the lid of the cup on pumpkin pie. So let's do this, and both of these we're going to be cutting them out with our framelits. So there's one, and then our cup we're going to stamp right here on our piece of designer series paper. I love this designer series paper. It's so cute. Absolutely adorable. Oh, and then I forgot I have this little spider web, and I'm going to stamp this up here in the corner of our cup, and I'm going to do it on both corners just to make it real extra spooky. Not really, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that's all we need our basic black for, and I'm going to set these off to the side because we're going to die cut those in a second. Now I'm going to bring in my Versamark and my white embossing powder. I'm also going to bring in my embossing buddy. Because we're embossing white on black cardstock, I highly recommend using your embossing buddy so you only get embossing powder where you want it. And with this, we're going to use a little sentiment that says Witch's Brew with Scream and Sugar. Absolutely adorable. We're going to ink that up in our Versamark and just stamp that right onto our basic black. And then I'm going to bring over just a piece of copy paper that I folded in half. And that's just going to catch all of our extra embossing powder. So adorable and so stinking easy. Okie dokie. Put that one off to the side. I don't usually do like little things for my coworkers for Halloween, but I had this stamp set and I just couldn't resist. I couldn't help myself. So, you know, I thought this was a super fun, and it's honestly super quick to do. So I'm just gonna heat set this now with my embossing tool. Okay, and that is that. So now we're gonna bring in our 3 pieces of paper. Whoa, that was still a little sticky. And then I'm also bringing in my piece of Very Vanilla, as well as my Big Shot. Let me move some stuff out of the way to make some room. So with my Big Shot, let me see. So we're gonna be cutting out 5 things here. So there is a lot of Big Shot work, but I promise it's worth it. So I have the cup die cut. I have like the little, I don't know what you call it, the little sleeve for the cup, as well as the lid. And then the 2 largest circles from the stitch shapes. So let's see how many of these things we can fit on our cutting plate at once. So let me take this and line this up. I get quiet when I start concentrating. Okay, there's that. We can slide that bad boy right on there. Next, let's do our little sleeve here. I love this stamp set so much. I'm kicking myself that I didn't start using it earlier. I mean, a lot of it goes into the fall and into like the Christmas season, but still I'm kicking myself that I didn't start using it sooner. Ugh. Anyways, okay, so then we'll take our piece of pumpkin pie and stick that down. Now, also with the pumpkin pie, can I scooch these? Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to make 2 runs, but that's okay. So with the pumpkin pie, I'm going to use the smaller of the 2 circles, and I'm gonna cut out a circle from that as well. So let me just sandwich all this together and crank it through. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna take all this off, and then I'm going to get my piece of Very Vanilla and put this down. Now, Very Vanilla doesn't seem like you would use that color in a Halloween project, but I'm telling you, it really helps make the cup pop from the band that we're going to put on our little acetate box. And I actually forgot to mention, that's what we're going to be using to put our candy in. So we have our really fun test tubes. We have our pizza boxes, which are really fun, but I wanted to put something else in our acetate boxes, and I just wanted to show you that you don't have to use them to put cards in. They are the perfect size for cards, and I have a dog whining. Sorry. They are the perfect size for cards, but you can use them to put other things, and you don't have to put cards in them. So I just wanted to show you that the products that you have are very versatile, and you can use them for plenty of different things. So that's kind of where I was going with this project for today. So my black piece, because I use my embossing buddy, I'm just gonna kind of run my fingers on it, and I actually might just put push it up against my sweater to get the little bit of residue from the embossing buddy off of it, but it really doesn't affect it too much. So let's go ahead and start putting this together. Our project's honestly almost done. So I'm just gonna take my snail adhesive, and I flipped over the little lid to our coffee cup. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and then I'm going to put the lid right on top, just like that. And you do end up with a little bit of adhesive that's overlapping, but I personally don't think it's that big of a deal. Then I'm gonna flip over our little band here and stick that guy right down. Isn't that adorable? Oh my goodness, I love it. Then our 2 circles, I'm just gonna flip over our piece of pumpkin pie and stick that onto the very vanilla circle. And then I'm gonna use some dimensionals to put our coffee mug onto the circles, just to give it a little bit of dimension and a little something extra. You know I have to use dimensionals in at least one portion of the project. So, 1, 2, almost, there we go. Okay, and then we're just going to put this onto our little circle here. And that is it. Super stinking adorable. Honestly, so easy. That took maybe 5 minutes. It took me longer because I'm blabbing as I do it, because I do that. But super stinking cute. So now, what do you do with these, right? Well, I'm going to take one of our acetate boxes, and I already kind of folded this, but just to show you guys, I'll show you a new one. Maybe if I can get them open. So these are our acetate card boxes, and like I was saying, just because we're calling them card boxes doesn't mean you have to put cards in them. So they come flat like this, and all you have to do is kind of stick your fingers in here and crease on all of the edges, just like that. And I recommend creasing the top flaps as well before you kind of put everything together. And then you just fold the little corners in just like that. And I'm going to grab some candy that I have here behind me. And I'm just going to fill my little box with some candy. Now it is a little bit of a tight fit, and you know, depending on what type of candy, you may not be able to fit everything that you want in here, but I'm telling you, it's so easy to just throw some stuff in here. Let me grab one more Kit Kat, because I think I can probably squish that in next to the other one, and then do some M&Ms. I kind of fold the bag. If you're strategic with how you stick your candy in here, you can get it all in, I swear. So there's that. Pop that in there, and then I'm going to take my little piece here of designer series paper, and I'm just going to wrap it around, and I'm gonna kind of crease where my corners are just with my finger a little bit, and then when I take it off, you still kind of have those lines, and you can just crease it a little bit more so that you get a nicer fold. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I promise you, it may seem like this is taking me a little bit because I'm blabbing the whole time, but these really come together so quick. It's not even funny. So now what I'm going to do is on the inside of one of the flaps, I'm just going to put some adhesive, and I'm going to stick that down on the back of my box, just like that. And then on the inside of the other flap, I'm going to do the same thing and just line them up, just like so. And then I'm going to take our little embellishment that we just made and put some adhesive on this guy and stick it down, and there you go. That's it, you guys. I promise you these are going to go over so well. I love using our acetate card boxes for something other than cards. It gives your products, again, more life, stretch your stuff further, and these are super easy to make. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, you can shop all of these products 24/7 just by visiting littlemooncreation.stampinup.net. If you want all of the product information with the numbers and quick links to purchase them, head over to my coordinating blog post, which is the first link down below, or you can go to littlemooncreation.com and find all of that stuff there. Make sure you subscribe to help my channel, and leave some comments down below. I love talking to you guys and hearing your feedback, and I'm getting to interact with you. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's project. Happy Halloween again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!